Almost everyone exceptional has a routine. They don't just get up and improvise, they have a practice, they possess a system, there's an order or sequence to their lives. Routines are crucial. Seneca asserts that a life without design is unpredictable, and he remarks that it's a pity. Look around Rome, it's amusing. If you were to ask the typical Roman leaving their house, where are you going? What are you doing? What's your plan for the day? They wouldn't know, they're just winging it, much like many of us navigate through life. Therefore, it shouldn't surprise us that we're inefficient, that we waste time, that we're easily distracted, that we lack structure or adequate systems in our lives. However, in today's episode, I want to challenge this because routines can be a bit fragile. Any parent can confirm this. You establish your routine, your arrangement, your preferred method of doing things, and then you have children, and your life gets interrupted, not just once, but daily. You wake up, and your child is sick. You wake up, thinking they had school, but it's a snow day, a teacher workday, or spring break. They didn't sleep well the night before, or they oppose the idea of doing the same thing the same way every day. It doesn't quite work, whether you're a professional athlete or a homemaker. What you need is a form of adaptability. That's what I want to discuss today. As I've matured and deepened my understanding of Stoic routines, I now see them less as a single routine but as multiple routines, and I'm less focused on the system and more on the practices. What are the fundamental practices, the things I strive to do daily, but with more flexibility, as Robert Greene remarks on the sequence in which I execute them? That's what we're going to talk about today, some fundamental Stoic practices to engage in daily, in whatever order you can manage. You should wake up early, you must, even if reluctantly. Marcus Aurelius says, "Were you born to feel pleasure under blankets and warm? No, you were born to accomplish something." Dante says, "Under the sheets is not the path to glory." You rise early and engage in an activity. You go for a run, jot in your journal, sit peacefully, watch the sunrise, meditate, whatever you prefer. However, a Stoic rises early. They master the morning because taking control of the morning is crucial to taking control of the day. The first action I take is journaling. I dedicate a few minutes to sit and write my thoughts on paper. This is what Marcus Aurelius did in his Meditations. Consider why the most powerful man, with few confidants and few people to lament or understand his challenges, needed the solitude of paper to reflect on his actions. So, I sit and articulate my desires, my struggles, recent events, sometimes just documenting yesterday's activities to provoke my thoughts, challenging their validity. Stoics believed that journaling subjects our thoughts to scrutiny. Often, our thoughts, impressions, needs, and anxieties seem valid because we haven't fully expressed them. By articulating them, we often discern their fallacy or incompleteness, perhaps they're ridiculous. By creating a bit of space between ourselves and our thoughts, we gain perspective. I keep a journal using different mediums, sometimes on cards. This period is my quiet time, exclusively for me, during which I commit to journaling. As Anne Frank observed in her famous diary, paper is more patient than people. So, instead of dumping these thoughts on the first person you encounter in the morning or during your first phone call, you put them on paper. Some of these thoughts may indeed need to be shared with others or worked through, but a considerable portion does not. Nietzsche claimed that only thoughts conceived during walks have value. I can't confirm that, but I've had several brilliant ideas while walking, an added benefit. You're outdoors, active, ideally phone-free, perhaps in the company of loved ones, engaging in activities humans have evolved doing over millennia. Therefore, I strive not to let a day pass without a walk. It calms and centers my mind. I try to start and end the day with a walk because, as Seneca observes, the mind requires relaxation. Leisurely walks are part of the philosophical process and my daily practice. It should be part of yours too. Whether or not you're a reader. It's not the act of reading that matters, what matters is that you read. One of my practices is not just reading books when convenient but daily books. Obviously, the Daily Stoic is a one-page per day book, but this genre of books is intriguing. I don't read the Daily Stoic every day, that would be odd, but I engage with various daily books. One of my favorites is A Calendar of Wisdom by Tolstoy. It offers daily meditations based on the wisdom of one of history's wisest individuals. Tolstoy, in this book, expresses puzzlement at people's reluctance to engage with the wisest and deepest thinkers through reading. This book, A Calendar of Wisdom, contains daily reflections to nourish the soul. Unfortunately, it was widely neglected and suppressed by the Soviets posthumously. However, it's one of our most popular works in the painted porch. Another daily book I appreciate is A Year with Rilke, which offers daily inspiration. Similarly, The Daily Dad is my guide for fathers. The Daily Laws condenses Robert Greene's extensive writings into a concise volume. Sometimes, I prefer to randomly open The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield for a daily insight. These books offer something to ponder every day and ensure ongoing engagement with profound ideas. I consider this a vital practice and encourage you to partake. You should seek out small challenges, activities and practices that compel you to push boundaries where your body and mind declare no more. Meditation teaches you to regain control when your mind wanders. Immersing yourself in cold water makes your body urge you to retreat, but persevering leaves you invigorated. The Romans knew this, alternating between hot and cold baths. Sitting in a cold plunge, you force yourself to be present. It's one of the best decisions I make daily. As successful people and artists understand, do the hard thing first. This means tackling difficult tasks immediately instead of postponing them or gradually scaling them. By doing so, you gain momentum and achieve progress, laying a foundation for the day's endeavors. It's easy for the day to be dominated by various activities. Seneca highlights this phenomenon among busy Romans, engaged in what he calls busy idleness. To avoid this trap, I prioritize deep work daily, dedicated, uninterrupted periods for my essential writing tasks, ensuring progress in my primary work. My major book project arose unexpectedly while I was hiking with my family, completely immersed in the moment, without thinking about work. Similarly, creative insights often arise during moments of quietude and reflection. Seneca extols the virtues of quiet walks and mental relaxation, suggesting that this can lead to great discoveries. Ultimately, strive to be a force for good in the world, leaving it better than you found it. This principle should guide all your actions and decisions. For too long, we've distanced ourselves from the realities of nature in urban environments. Embracing responsibility involves not only managing your life but also extending care and protection to others and the world around you. I hope you found this video enlightening. I encourage you to subscribe to our channel, and until next time folks.